You're now watching the series Notepad App with Python and Qt. This is episode 1, and we will be installing the dependencies and writing the Bootstrap program. With that said, let's dive in. Before we begin, let's install the dependencies and the packages that we're going to use in the project. Let's use Python 3.8 and the pip package manager to install PySide 2, which is the Qt implementation in Python. Now with the packages installed, we can go ahead and work on our project. For the code editor, I recommend using Atom, an open source, free-to-use code editor, and it has a third-party extension which adds syntax highlighting to QML scripts. So now we will write our Bootstrap program using Python. Let's first save this file as bootstrap.py, which is a Python file. At the top of the script, we're going to import the PySide 2 modules. From PySide 2, import Qt core, and I will give it an alias as ATC, and also Qt widgets as QTW, and Qt GUI as Qt GUI, and finally Qt QML as Qt QML. And we also have to import the sys module from Python. And now we will use an if statement, and we'll check if the name variable is equal to main. This line checks whether or not this script is directly executed by the user or it is imported by another script. For our case, we only want the program to run when the script is directly executed by the user. And inside this if statement, we're going to write app equals to QTW, which stands for Qt widgets, and Q application. This line defines the core Qt application. And below we will write engine equal to Qt QML dot QML application engine. So this engine is responsible for handling the QML scripts. And below we will load our main interface QML. So we will simply say engine.load. And inside we will pass qtc.qurl, and we specify the path to our QML script. In our case, it will be main.qml. And finally, we have to use the sys.exit to stop the app. We can now save the script, and I will be creating a new file, which is main.qml. And here we have the QML script. At the top, we have to import the Qt modules. So first I will import Qt Quick, and we have to specify the version number as well. So I'll be using 2.14 for Qt Quick. And we also have to import Qt Quick.controls, which has the same version number. And we also need Qt Quick.layouts, and it has a version number of 1.14. And finally we need Qt.labs.platform 1.1. And below the imports, we can specify the application window. And this one defines the main interface, or the root window for our application. And we can specify the ID for this one. I'll call it root. And of course, we have to set visible to true. And below, I will specify the window title. In our case, it will be Notepad. Additionally, I will set the minimum width to 768 and give it a minimum height of 432. Let's save it. And run the Bootstrap program. So I'll be using Python 3.8 and just execute the bootstrap.py file. Okay, qtqml is not defined. Right, because this one is wrong. So let's fix this one and run it again. And voila, you see, it pops up a new window with the window title being Notepad. So we've successfully created our Bootstrap program and successfully loaded up a window using Qt and PySide 2. And if you're able to achieve this, congratulations, you've successfully set up your main app. In the next episode, we will work on the main interface for our Notepad app. I'm Yellow Flicker and I will see you in the next episode. Stay tuned!